The Notorious reverse Klunk. I get a lot of phone calls from people who have 124s, 123s, 126s of all varieties, but this especially seems to be true of 123 diesels, where they put the car into reverse and it takes a couple seconds and then it goes in with a clunk, and they always want to know what it is. Well, I'm going to try to provide at least one plausible explanation. So the way that your reverse system works in a 722.3 transmission is that at the very front of the transmission, in other words, after the torque converter, after the front pump, there's a piston that doesn't come in from the side, but rather from the front of the transmission that compresses these guys, the reverse friction discs, when you're under pressure. And what happens when these discs go under pressure is they sort of absorb the bunk from the reverse and allow power to be transferred through the reverse clutch pack through the transmission. So what happens to these friction discs? Well, all the material gets worn off of them, and so the transmission starts to clunk. And not only that, the material gets kind of soft. As you can see, I'm just sort of scraping it off with my fingers, and it turns to dust. And you know, this clutch right here that I'm holding in my hand is a great example of why the reverse gears in these cars tend to fail, especially when you live in a hilly area. Now, it's very rare in a 722.3, an early one like a pre-1989 one, for reverse to fail outright. I see this problem more on 124s and occasionally on 201s, but on the 123 series it's not so much of a problem. I've never totally figured out why that was, but I know that if you totally lose reverse, it's usually the seals in the clutch pack and these guys that go bad, which does require removal of the transmission. And while it doesn't require an entire transmission rebuild, you're pretty much halfway there. So you might think about doing it anyway. But this is a job that the do-it-yourselfer can undertake. Anyway, for more questions about how your transmission works or how your reverse works on your Mercedes, drop us a line. We do a lot of transmission work in here, believe it or not, which is a wonderful thing. And for those of you that are having this kind of problem, well, I guess start saving your pennies, because you're at some point going to have to deal with it. In the meantime, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. And of course, don't try a bunch of quick fixes and shortcuts with your Mercedes. It's better to do the research and actually learn how to repair it yourself the right way. All right, good luck and happy motoring.